This is Nigeria. You want to know what's going on? Relax, I will tell you. Now, who should Nigerians listen to the more as we round up the campaign season and setting for the presidential election? This is our discussion today. Let's get to it immediately. And please, do well to encourage us to produce more of our videos. Thank you. We have seen it all in this time of campaign. The mandate of the candidates is very clear already. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Watch this video.
We will better Nigeria where everyone is equal, where nobody will look at you based on what region you come from, but based on your competence, based on your character, based on your capacity, based on your empathy, based on the fact that you want Nigeria well.
We are different, my brothers and sisters. The day you hear one sentence, President Peter Obi of Nigeria, from that day, we will stop the killing and start the healing. From that day, we will stop the stealing and start the keeping. His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, come on! Come on!
Go out there and vote for us. The rest assured, you will see us change Nigeria. We know what it takes to change Nigeria, and we cannot fail. All we beg is go out and preach and vote. I assure you, you know I've done it in Anambra State. I changed that state. So you can go there, see it.
That was Peter Obi's campaign in Enugu State recently. You can feel the message of hope coming from the Labour Party team. Now, check out this other video. Watch.
We need to be sincere to ourselves. We must live up to our promises. So me coordinating Southeast in the presidential campaign of APC, I will take responsibility for my actions and inactions. We will go there and convince our people. You are a leader by the number of votes you are able to give to us by February. You are not a leader if you don't win an election in your polling unit. So we need to win. And for us to win, leaders should go home and talk to the voters. It is time for us to work in the field.
But nobody will give all of you any credit. You are working hard, you are sweating now. We want you to sweat well for this party until you deliver victory. Until Bola Tinubu became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, sir. We will not give you but a slight clap or a soaked slice of bread.
That was Bola Ahmed Tinubu's campaign in the same Enugu State recently. All I got from that campaign is how you are not a leader if APC does not win in the area you are covering as a member of the Presidential Campaign Council. Then Tinubu comes up to charge his people to sweat for the All Progressive Congress, APC, until he becomes president. Is that what this election is all about? In that same state, one candidate and his team offered hope for the future, and the other candidate and his team were only encouraging themselves to become fishers of men. Very pathetic. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, is still on UK tour, even as Tinubu keeps painting his party black. Watch this video.
We have integrity in priority. Whatever they like to say, and the Poverty Development Party, PDP, Poverty Development Party. You remember their name? Poverty Development Party. We will eradicate that. We will replace it with joy, prosperity, happiness, and employment.
Tinubu has given the PDP a second name. He called them Poverty Development Party. What has PDP got to say about this? Watch.
Talk is cheap. Facts are sacred. I think you're a very renowned journalist. What do figures say? What the data says? What's the poverty level when PDP was in power? What's the poverty level today? What was the unemployment level when PDP was in power? What's the unemployment rate? What was the inflation rate? What was the Naira exchange rate? What was our placement in Human Development Index? What is our placement today? Corruption Perception Index in the world. In every area. Insecurity, Nigeria has degenerated to the level that is regarded as one of the unsafest countries in the world. So you cannot see what is black and convince us it's white. Or ports to be calling kettle black. I think Nigerians must be amused for anybody to be calling PD poverty development. If there was any poverty development party, it's clear that it's APC. It is clear, not because I said it, but because of the number of poverty. Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world during this time of this government. Nigeria has the highest unemployment, youth unemployment, that got up to 50%. It's in this place. Misery index climbed. So there is nothing that Nigerians have enjoyed in this government. Nothing. Not because they can no longer buy. Can you imagine the cost of petrol? I was buying 500 naira. And yet we are budgeting 3.6 trillion for subsidy payment. We are paying subsidy. The cap has been removed and the prices are haywire. What kind of a country is this? This is the country that has, and between November and now, many more Nigerians have been driven into poverty. I met a lot of people who had motor parks who came to the motor park and couldn't pay their fares back because prices jumped up because of the change in cost of petrol. In a nation that produces fuel, this is a joke.
Mazi Sam Ohuabunwa, a chieftain of the party, setting the record straight there. Comparing the PDP 16 years in office and the APC 8 years in office, so everyone could see which party is poverty inflicted. The statistics is clear for everyone to judge. In conclusion, what do you think is really the problem of governance in Nigeria? Let's find out. Watch.
More of the money is spent in just travel. Look, when General Buhari went to Onga, do you know how many civil servants left this city? Do you know how many of them? Do you know what you could do to this economy by just the spend of this government on attending one useless conference in New York? Do you know how much it costs Nigeria? These are the problems of this economy. It's a recurrent expenditure gone wild economy because people are looking for what they can get, whether it is a Esther code or this or that. They're not thinking, how can we build for our children? Which is what the issue really is. Look, economies that grow. A generation takes the pain for the gain of the next generation. We have chosen to use up our children's future in the way that we run government in Nigeria. This must stop. It must change. I was at INSEAD in 1993. INSEAD is the European School of Business Administration in Fontainebleau in France. There was an American professor called Ingo Walter, a famous global finance professor, who was giving a class. And he showed how Nigeria's exchange rate was going. It was so funny, everybody started laughing in the class. And he said, look, you know, that country, I went there once in my life. I flew Air Nigeria, also called Nigeria Airways, from New York to Lagos. Long story, so I don't have the time for it. But anyway, I got there. As the plane was landing, it was still taxiing. People started getting up. I wondered, was the plane on fire? Oh, they were taking their luggage. The thing moved, stopped, opened it. Everybody came out and started running. C2 started running. He got to the place there was cubicle to pass in your passport. People were throwing the thing from the top instead of the cubicle. The thing was so completely dysfunctional. Then people came and met him. I said, your yellow card, Long story, funny story. Everybody just kept laughing. And these were CEOs of major companies around the world in that class. There was an AMP class in INSEAD. And but after the class, when Ingo Wanta realized I was Nigerian, he came to apologize. I said, no. I mean, it's just real experience. That was your experience. He was coming to Nigeria for the first time. He was coming to the University of Lagos to help them out. And when he said to the people who were to take bribe from him, just to push his passport, what's the problem? What are you people doing? He said to them, this country, I had a roommate who was Nigerian. He was so bright, I couldn't hold a candle up to him. When this opportunity came to come to the University of Lagos to help set their curriculum or whatever it is, nobody wanted to. But because of my excitement at that relationship with this Nigerian who was my roommate, who was 10 times smarter than me, I volunteered to come. He said, what you people are this? He's talking to those port officials. What you're doing to your country is so terrible. Because your country will continue to fall and fall and fall. But he ended it in a very interesting way. He said it will fall to a point where there's no further to fall. He said when they look each other in the face and say, God, what have you been doing to ourselves? That country will come up like this. Because some of the smartest people I've met in my life are Nigerians. Ingo Walter, famous professor for finance, 1993.
According to Professor Utomi, the economics that grow, a generation take the pains for the gain of the next generation. Nigerians are very smart, and the very moment we realize our mistakes and do the right things, we will spring up like giants that we truly are. Finally, part of realizing our mistakes and doing the right thing is to have our PVC ready for 2023 general election. PVC collection is ongoing now. Collection will close on the 22nd of February 2023. Go get yours now and be part of Nigeria Decide 2023. You know how we do it. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't you think you're forgetting something? Yes, the subscription button. Click on it right now.